A Song of Comfort by John McCrae. Through Maytime blossoms of whisper low, the soft wind sang to the dead below. Think not with regret on the springtime song, and the task ye left while your hands were strong. The song would have cheese when the spring was past, but hearts that was joyous be weary at last. The winter sky when the nights were long, the tree tops tossed with a cheeseless song. Do you think you regret on the sunny days and the path you left and its untrod ways? The sun might sink and the storm clouds frown, and the path grow rough and the night come down. In the great twilight of the autumn leaves, it sighed as it sang through the dying leaves. You think with regret that the world was bright, your path was short and your task was light. The path was short was perhaps the best, the toil was sweet, but it led to rest. Anarchy by John McCrae. I saw a city filled with lust and shame. The men like wolves slunk through the grim half-light, and sudden amidst of it there came one who spoke bloodily for the cause of right. And speaking filled before the brutish race, like some ran that shrieking eagle's tear, while brute dishonor with a bloodless face stood by and smote his lips that moved in prayer. Speak not of God, in centuries where the word hath not been uttered. Our own king are we, and God stretched forth his finger as he heard, and o'er it cast 1,000 leagues of sea. Disarmament by John McCrae. One spake amid the nations, let us cease from darkening the strife of fair world's light. We who are great in war be great in peace, no longer let us plead the cause by might. And from 1,000,000 British graves took birth a silent voice, the million spake as one. If ye have righted all the wrongs of earth, lay by the sword, its work and ours is done. Equality by John McCrae. I saw a king who spent his life to weave into a nation all his great heart fought, unsatisfied until he should achieve a grand ideal that his manhood sought. Yet as he saw the end within his reach, death took the scepter from his failing hand, and all men said, he gave his life to teach the task of honor to his ordered land. Within his gates I saw, through all those years, one at his humble toil with chave face, whom being dead with children half in tears, remembered oft, and missed him from his place. If he be greater than his people blessed, when he the children loved, God knoweth best. Eventide by John McCrae. The days pass in the toiler's cheese, the land grows dim and the shadows grey, and hearts are glad for the dark brings peace at the close of day. Each weary toiler with a lingering pace, as he homeward turns with a long day done, looks out to the west with a light on his face of a setting sun. Yet some see not with their sin-dimmed eyes the promise of rest in the fading light. The clouds loom dark in the angry skies at the fall of night. And some see only a golden sky, where the elms with welcoming arms stretch wide to the calling rocks, as they homeward fly at the eventide. It speaks of peace that comes after strife, of rest descent to the hearts it tried, of a calm that follows the stormiest life, God's eventide. In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly scare-curled amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, laughed and were laughed, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with a foe, to you from failing hands we throw to torch, be yours to hold it high. If you break fate with us who die, we shall not sleep, or poppies grow in Flanders Fields. Quebec by John McCrae. Of old like Helen garden of a strong, like Helen fair, like Helen light of word, the spoils unto the conquerors belong, who winneth me must win me by the sword. Grown old like Helen, once the jealous prize, with strong embattled for in savage hate, can she look forth with unregretful eyes, where sleep won't calm and wolf beside the gate? Recompense by John McCrae. I saw to those a life's field at morn, to whom come one an angel guise and said, is it for labor that a man is born? Lo, I am ease, come ye and eat my bread. Then gladly one forsook his task undone, and with the tempter went his lawful way. Ere they toiled until the setting sun, with stealing shadows blurred the dusty day. A harvest time upon earth's peaceful breast, each laid him down among the unreaping dead. Labor hath other recompense and rest, else were the toiler like the fool. I said, God meeteth him not less, but rather more, because he sowed and others reaped his store. Slumber Songs by John McCrae. Sleep, little eyes that brim with childish tears, amid thy play, be comforted. The grief of night can wait against the joys that throng thy coming day. Sleep, little heart, waste no place in slumberland for tears. Life soon enough will bring its chilling fears, and source that will dim the after years. Sleep, little heart. Our little eyes, that blossoms of springtime long ago, that life's storm crushed and left to lie below the benediction of a falling snow. Sleep, little heart, but she's so long ago its frantic beat. The years that come and go with silent feet have naught to tell safest, that rest is sweet, dear little heart. The Anxious Dead by John McCrae. O guns, fall silent till the dead men hear above their heads the legions pressing on. These fought the fight in time of bitter fear, and died not knowing how the day had gone. Our flashing muzzles pause and let them see the coming dawn that streaks the sky afar. Then let your mighty cause witness be to them, and Caesar would we still make war. Tell them, O guns, we have heard their call, but we have sworn, and will not turn aside, but we will onward till we win or fall, but we will keep the fate for which they died. Bid them be patient, and some day again they shall fill earth enwrapped in silence deep, shall greet in wonderment the quiet dawn, and content may turn them to their sleep. The Dead Master by John McCrae. Amid earth's vacant noises he caught the notes sublime. Today around him surges from the silence of time a flood of nobler music, like a river deep and broad, with song for heroes gathered in the banquet hall of God. The Harvest of the Sea by John McCrae. The earth grows wild with harvest. All day long the sickles gleam until the darkness weaves a web of silence of a thankful song of reapers bringing home the golden sheaves. The wave tops whiten on the sea fields drear, and men go forth with haggard zone to reap. But ever mid the Galena's song we hear the half-hushed sobbing of the hearts that weep. The Night Cometh by John McCrae. Cometh the night, the wind falls low, the trees swing slowly to and fro. And around the church the headstones grey cluster like children strayed away, but found again and folded so. Chitting a look doth she bestow, if she's glad they cannot know, if ill or well they spend the day, cometh the night. Singing or sad, intent they go, they do not see the shadows grow. There yet is time, they lightly say, before our work aside we lay. The task is but half done, and lo, cometh the night. The Oldest Drama by John McCrae. It fell on a day that he went out to his father to reap us, and he said unto his father, my head, my head. And he said to a lad, carry him to his mother. And he sat on her knees till noon, and then died. And she went on and laid him on the bed, and shut the door upon him and went out. A mortal story that no mother's heart even yet can read, nor feel the biting pain that rent her soul. A mortal not by art, which makes a long past sorrow sting again. Like grief of yesterday, that since it's said, in symbols were the truth which all may see, where any mother sobs above the dead, and plays anew the silent tragedy. The Shadow of a Cross by John McCrae. At the drowsy dusk, when the shadows creep from the golden nest where sunbeams sleep, an angel mused, is there good or ill in the mad world's heart, since on Calvary's hill, round across the midday twilight fell, that darkened earth and overshadowed hell? Through the streets of the city the angel sped, like an open scroll man's hearts he read. In the monarch's ear his court is light, and humble faces it hearts of pride. Man's hate waxed hot, and their hearts grew cold, as they haggled and fought for the lust of gold. Despairing, he cried, after all these years is there naught but hatred and strife and tears? He found two waves in an attic bar, a single crust was the mere affair. One strove to quiet the other's cries, and the love light dawned in her famished eyes. As she kissed the child with a motherly air, I don't need mine, you can have my share. And the angel knew that the earthly cross and the sorrow and shame were not wholly lost. Dawn when hushed was earth's busy hum, and men looked not for the Christ to come. From the attic poor to the palace grand, the king and the beggar went hand in hand. The Unconquered Dead by John McCrae. Defeated with great loss. Not we were conquered, not to us the blame of them that flee, of them that vastly yield, no was the shout of victory, the fame of them that vanquish in a stricken field. The day of battle in the dusty heat, we lay and heard the bullets swish and sing, like skiffs amid the over-ripened wheat, and we the harvest of their garnering. Some yielded, no, not we swore. We swore by wreaths our wounds, stretched upon the hill, where all the shells through earth it seemed and bare, was ours to keep, and lo, we have it still. We might have yielded, even we, but death came for our helper. Like a sudden flood the crushing darkness fell, our painful breath it drew with gasps amid the choking blood. The roar fell faint and farther off, and soon sank to a foolish humming in our ears, like crickets in the long hot afternoon among the wheat fields of the olden years. Before our eyes a boundless wall of red, shot through by sudden streaks of jagged pain. Then the slow gathering darkness of our heat, and rest came on us like a quiet rain. Not we were conquered, not to us the shame, who hold our earthen ramparts, nor shall cease to hold them ever. Victors we who came in that fierce moment to our honored peace. The Warrior by John McCrae. He wrought in poverty with dull grey days, but with the night his little lamplit room was bright with battle flame, or through a haze of smoke that stung his eyes he heard the boom of Blücher's guns. He shared Almeida's scars, and from the close-packed deck about to die, looked up and saw the Birkenhead's tall spars weave wavering lines across the southern sky. On the stifling 'tween decks, row on row, at Obercar, saw how the dead man lay, charged with the fiercest and busk of strife. Brave dreams are his, a flickering lamp burns low. At courage for the battles of the day, he goes to stand full face to face with life. Then and Now by John McCrae. Then at the window in the fragrant night, I half forget how truant years have flown, since I looked up to see a chamber light, or catch perchance the slender shadow thrown upon the casement. Let the nodding leaves sweep lazily across the unlit pane, and to and fro beneath the shadowy eaves, like restless birds, the breath of coming rain creeps, lilac laden, up the village street, and all is still, as if the very trees were listening for the coming of the feet, but come no more. Yet lest I weep the breeze, sing some forgotten song of those old years, till my heart grows far too glad for tears. Unsolved by John McCrae. Amid my books I lived the hurrying years, disdaining kinship with my fellow man. Alike to me were human smiles and tears. I cared not whither earth's great life stream ran, till as I knelt before my mouldering shrine, God made me look into a woman's eyes, and I, who thought all earthly wisdom mine, knew in a moment that the eternal skies were measured but in inches to a quest that lay before me in that mystic gaze. Surely I have been errant, it is best that I should treat with men the human race. God took the teacher, the task was learned, and to my lonely books again I turned.